All right. Welcome to Country Cousins, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Monique Behar, and
Yeah.
right next to me is Mr. Richard Graham, and it is July 24th, 2024, and we're so happy to have you guys with us again. So, from that going on, Richard, how have you been, and what's been going on with this summer heat?
It's the weather. It's the weather. It's hot out here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it's hot out here in California. Up and down the coast, it's hot out here. 108, 109, 110, 107, 106. It's hot out here in California. And it's hot across most of the nation right now. So the idea of it is to stay cool.
Yeah, stay cool, stay hydrated. We need to, stay inside and stay in the shade and just keep safe from this summer heat of ours in lovely Fresno, California. Through the years, I would think, as a native Fresnan, I would be used to it. But I'm really not used to it as much as I would think I would be. So, we're just trying to find great ways to keep cool. As for, our children, our pets especially, and especially our neighbors. Everybody, I know we don't probably talk a lot to our neighbors, especially our senior citizen neighbors. Don't be afraid to knock on the door and to say, hey, how are you doing? We just want to see if you need any water, just be neighborly, and you can always go from there. You can always change life by one door knock at a time.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen
I
to that.
Yeah.
Yes, Richard.
Amen.
So,
you need to check on your neighbors and make sure they don't get overheated. They lay out in the middle of the floor.
yeah, because Richard, you do live in a senior citizen community, correct?
Yes, I do, yes.
Yes, and what do you guys do to, I know I've seen your guys' community center awesome. I noticed you guys do a lot of community activities together. So, but besides that, what do you guys do to give us some tips on how to keep cool during this summer heat?
We old folks drink like me.
You're not too old. You're not too old, Richard. You're not that old.
All right.
Okay.
So we drank plenty of water, have plenty of liquids on hand, and we keep playing much ice as possible. And we try to stay as cool as possible, ladies and gentlemen. That's the main thing. So drink plenty of water, try to stay as cool as possible, and keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and if you got to go out and run some errands, make sure you do it like during morning hours. Try to avoid afternoon hours, and maybe go out during sunset to, stay cool and stay safe. Even though when the sun's down, it is still hot, but you do not have that sun beaming right down on you. Because with me, we got our kids a kiddie pool for the patio, so they can go and get wet, splash down, and then cool off. So. During the night, we do run our AC after 7 p.m. We try to follow that rule of, after 7 p.m., turn on your air conditioner. Save a little bit of energy for everyone to go around. Because, around my area, I live around McKinley and First Street. A lot of our neighbors in neighborhoods around, like some neighbors were going without electricity because the transformers are going out. So, we do need to try to conserve on as much electricity as we can.
That's right. That's a healthy tip, a good tip for everybody. Because the last several years in the USA, it's been unusually hot. It's been unseasonably cool and everything, but we need to conserve as much energy as possible.
And for our local Fresno neighbors, if you are having trouble, with your AC or anything, be sure to check out the local cooling centers on our news sites and everything. There's quite a few. I think of the Mosqueda Center, the one off of Belmont and Floridor. What's that community center called again?
What was that word?
Mosqueda Center, yes.
And then we have one on California and Elm Street.
And Elm Street?
Yeah.
And then there's also one on Belmont. I'm forgetting the name of that one. It's on the tip of my tongue. But also, I believe in Pinedale as well. There's a cooling center in Pinedale as well. So, and we just need to keep cool. We're just, just keep cool, drink a lot of water, and we can go on from there. We have been checking out some of our local outdoor activities, and then a lot of them too are coming up as a free backpack giveaway. So a lot of our families.
When is that free backpack giveaway?
It should be happening pretty soon with a lot of our local community outreach programs. So keep an eye out for those. Those are very helpful for the school year coming up, because August is quickly approaching. July just went by fast. 4th of July, and next thing you know, it's July 24th, and here we are.
Right.
Yeah. So Richard, what are your plans for the next month?
In August, we plan on having some musical guests on the show during August, and we plan on having some other folks on the show.
That
and
sounds great,
between
Richard.
that, we have some. I didn't have an opportunity to get them on the show now, but we have some sketches of some other entertainers in the community to be on our show, to show their talents too. And we're going to have them. And then my favorite ones are the Bus Group, by Al Boyd and his group. It's a gospel music group.
Okay.
And they're going to be here too, doing their thing. They've been here before.
Well, it'll be my first time meeting them, so I look forward to that. Yes.
Yeah.
And so besides our musical guest, we'll be taking a break, and we'll be right with you in a quick second.
Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our truly international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world about their book, about their process, where they even come up with their ideas. So we talk to publishers, editors, paginators. If you write a book, you got to get a paginator to make it line up right on all the pages. There's all these things that go into creating books. We like to talk to authors, and we also like to talk to people who are in the process of going through this muck, trying to figure it all out. It's one thing to write a book, but to get it written, get it published, get it out there and promoted, there's so many steps. So we like to have a lot of authors on who tell us just that. How did you do it? And also we talk to people who help get authors published. There's so many steps that many aspiring authors don't know about yet, but you're going to find out as you go through this. But there's people who can help you get through the steps of getting your book published. And by the way, we've been doing this since 2008, and our YouTube just passed 1 million views, so we're very excited about that.
I just want to say that Briggs on Books, I just think it's terrific.
Thank you.
All of us who write are looking for the lifelines that can connect us to readers. We ourselves can do a certain amount, but we're busy at the keyboard trying to write the books. And so Briggs on Books, you're lively. The authors you have on are so interesting, fiction, nonfiction, sometimes politics. And I would just say, keep this going, mister.
Thank you. I'm having so much fun doing it. So.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Richard Graham.
And I'm your co-host, Monique Behar. So,
Yes.
Richard, the second half of our show, we're going to be talking about our Native Indigenous Color Guard. Richard, can you tell us a little more about them?
Well, Frank, I can't recognize it. So it's the Indigenous Native Color Guards of Freedom, but they go all over. They travel all over, up and down the state of California, and working with different groups of people. But if you have somebody in the military pass away and or something like that, you need a color guard, and you can call Frank and Nick, and they will answer your call when you call.
Yeah, recently I've had the pleasure of seeing their services done for Richard for your party, your going away party at a facility, when they came through and did a wonderful job with the color guard, and salute to you.
Amen.
And always we always say thank you for all our servicemen for taking the time to serve our country and give us the great freedoms we have today to do this show. And again, Richard, thank you again for your service.
And we also send a shout out to the Vice President, Kamala Harris, was stepping up to the plate and becoming the President of the United States.
Yes, and actually she's our first Asian American
Yeah.
president of the United States. So we'll see how it goes. Personally with me, I'm just going to see how it unfolds with everything that's been going on. As politics go, it's going to be very hard to have our first female American president. And not only that, we also have in Mexico our first female president. So you know what? I think the walls are coming down, and it's right on for the women to get started and to run these countries. Sometimes it is true. We do need a mother's touch every once in a while. So I am looking forward to seeing how Kamala Harris, our first Asian American president, to see how it will be going. Because she is from India, and her family is from India. She identifies as Indian. So that is very interesting. I'm pretty sure all the descendants from India are so proud to have the first Indian American president.
Yeah, that would be nice. Because a woman understands other women, and she knows what to do and what to say. And at times it gets rough. But if y'all notice in the Bible, when you read the Bible, it took a lot of women to bring the men folk on across the way, helping out in the Bible and get things done. If it wasn't the woman, if the woman wasn't there for support, a lot of the people that we have in the Bible would have faltered in some way. But the woman was there to support the man folk and to help out.
There's one of my favorite movies. I would say the name, but I'm keeping the name of it. But basically, she is from Greek descent, and she wanted to go back to school and be more independent. But her father was always saying, "Why are you leaving me?" And she was, wasn't okay with her going to school because he wanted her at home. And there was one particular scene that I love when she told her daughter, "Always remember, the woman is the neck of the head, and the neck can get the head to turn any way she wants it to." So that was one of my favorite movies. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the next couple of months. It's not a guarantee she'll be reelected, but it is election season, and everyone remember to go out and vote. That is one of the greatest things with our country is our freedom to vote. We fought. Your generation and the generation before you fought to make sure, as a minority, as a woman from Mexican and Native Indigenous descent, to get our rights to vote, because we weren't allowed to vote, Richard. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, and I do take that very seriously. Everybody go out there and vote. Your voice can be heard.
When in 1872, I think 1872, when the women came to vote, came to
the suffrage.
Yeah. Back in 1872, I think, but women came to power to where they could vote. And they set up in that era to where they were having up power in Congress. And Congress and around to where they could vote.
Yeah, exactly. And another funny thing is, I learned about women's suffrage from one of my favorite movies as a child. So it was about a nanny who came in and flown in on an umbrella, and the governess or the mother of the house was actually out there, getting women's rights to vote. So so everybody out there, like I said, go out there and vote. Your voice needs to be heard.
Amen.
Yeah, so there has just been so many things going on lately with news. Another thing is, I'm going to bring it up. It's really funny. Yellowstone. Did you see that with the geysers, completely going up, like a big old,
It blew up.
And there's for me being a child, the Blockbuster days, it's kind of telling my age. All the movies we used to rent, I think are starting to come true. Yeah. So that was some good times. But all in all, like I said, we got to go out there and vote. We got our first female president, and I feel like it's kind of being just a little downplayed. But it is time for us women to get out there to let our voices known. And to, like I said, go out there and vote.
Amen.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, and then other things that are going on, Richard. Any other current events going on?
And
with
the
you?
other thing is that I want to send a shout out to my co-host. I can't say it. Paul Ehau. Yeah, that's his name.
Hi, Paul. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
He's out there somewhere floating around. He's probably gone fishing, trying to get some fish.
Well, you know what? I hope he enjoys that beautiful weather right now.
Yeah.
If it's got sea fishing or going to the lake, you know, I hope he's enjoying
Right.
himself.
And
Yeah.
we want to send a shout out to the girls over at Governor Post-Acute.
Again, everyone, let's send shout out to our CNAs, dietary, physical therapy, RNAs. You know, basically they are the neck, like I said, to Covenant Post-Acute. Without them, you know, again, Richard would not be where he is right now. He
Right.
actually is no longer at our facility. I think I said that before, and he's back home. So it was like a great recovery. It took about a little over 12 months, but you did it, Richard, and here we are today.
Amen.
Amen to that.
He
Amen
worked
to
on
that.
it. He worked on it.
Yes, he worked
Yeah.
on it.
And,
So
you know,
there is no sorry, stretch for a minute. There is no limits to how do you
what you can do.
how do you say it? There's if you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything, anything
Right.
at all.
There's
Yeah.
no limit to what you can achieve.
Yes, there's no such can
Right.
achieve. Yes.
Don't forget the man upstairs. Say, what happened? The man upstairs. There's no limit to what you can achieve when you have God in the plan.
Yes, when you have God in your plans and
Right.
God by your side, there is nothing you can achieve.
And when you get there, you just keep on pushing.
But
Keep on pushing.
But always remember, have faith in yourself, and you are your own worst critic. So you know, never never doubt yourself. You know,
Amen.
amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah. So too.
And we want to say hello to our friend Patrick over here.
Hi, Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick is the man.
He's
He's
the man.
Mr. Richard's right hand man. Yeah, Patrick,
man.
great man. Got to know him over the past few months, and he's a
Right.
wonderful man. Wonderful
Yeah.
guy. Wonderful
And
guy.
I want to send a shout out to my family. My daughters, Kawanda and Mia.
Oh.
Yeah, last month, one of my nieces named Mia too. She passed away. She was down there in the Marines, down in Yuma, Arizona, and her family, her brother and stuff, you know, was going through some change. But I want to send a shout out to them, say hello, and hope everything's going good.
Big shout out to you. Well, okay, we can say my shout outs would be, you know, hello to my family in Texas, my cousin Susan, my cousin Diego, my uncle Paul. Big shout out from Fresno, California, and a shout out to my family. And you know what, too, I like to say shout out to my mother-in-law, Geraldine Morrissey. She's on the recovery from a triple bypass surgery.
Amen.
And then that, you know, she's doing great. And we just pray that, you know, she continues to get better and work hard at her recovery. And before you know it, hopefully by Thanksgiving dinner, we'll be having some of her famous pumpkin pies. You know, too,
Amen.
you know, and can I say a shout out to my husband and my kids?
Yeah.
I want to say a shout out to my husband, Alex Behar, who is the greatest husband in the world, great support, great, you know,
Amen.
everything to that. And also to my kids, Skylar and Marlo, hi guys. And a little tidbit, Richard, my son Robert right now is taking classes with the Marines off Herndon in 99. So hopefully by October, you'll be have another Marine joining the branch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you think we could possibly interview him and maybe
Yeah.
a few of his friends? That would be great to have him on. You know, pick their little brains to see the difference between how the Marines are now compared to when you were in there. Yeah,
Right.
maybe you can give them some advice.
And that way, you know, I say, if you go to Paris Island, North Carolina, you ain't killing no mosquitoes. God, you used to have mosquitoes that long over there. That way back in the day. And Vietnam and all that, we're dealing with the mosquitoes.
You know what? I am not a big
You
fan
had
of
to watch
mosquitoes.
them mosquitoes.
I am a mosquito magnet. I can just
Yeah.
walk outside and come in and I have like 5 bites on my arms. I know
Oh,
where they're
man.
from. Yeah. So that'd be great too, because
Yeah,
you know.
and the training we had to go through, oh man, it was crazy. But we loved it. We got through it. And I don't even think they do it nowadays. Like the Pugil 6 and stuff we had to fight. And all that. hand-to-hand combat we had to do. No, they stopped doing a lot of it, but they still do some.
Yeah. And speaking of Marines and stuff, I want to get on to VetNet. You guys recently, a few weeks ago, had another charity benefit for breakfast. How did it go, Richard? Let me know.
It went really well. It went really good. We had a lot of people come over there, but it went really well for the people for the amount of people that showed up. But we were looking for a lot more. But for the ones that showed up, it went really good. They served a good breakfast. Had all the coffee and drank, orange juice and stuff that you needed, that you wanted. And you got filled up when you came for the breakfast. And you got filled up for me.
Sounds like a great meal. Sounds like a great day.
Great.
I bet you. A lot of those gifts that you gave out. Oh man, I wish I could have made it to that. I so love a good raffle. It's just that, when you hold your little ticket and it's like going to 3 numbers, like, come on, gift certificate to A&W. Yeah. And so it's all about good times, good fun, and raising money for our local veterans. So again, like if you guys are out there and you hear about the VetNet breakfast, please come and attend. It's open to the public. You don't need to know who's who to come. Just come, enjoy a good breakfast and a good raffle. Who does not enjoy a good old-fashioned American raffle?
That's good, yeah. That's very good. And remember, people, what happened to me is I had a stroke a long time ago, but you got to really watch people now when you get to be a certain age. You have to watch for the different effects it has on people. Now, some people, to me, to my part of it, it took my voice and it took my left side and stuff. But when you first start looking at what's happening, is the effect of if a person falls to the top in their house, or if they slip down or something, or if they start having memory loss and stuff, it's time to rush them straight to the hospital bed.
Yes, and I can atone for that. My cousin Nasio, I want to say a big shout out to Nasio. Hey, how are you doing? You just need to, even with the heat, and heat can cause stroke. Nasio did not have a stroke, but great, thank God he's doing very well. The heat can affect you in all different ways, and especially too with our stroke. I don't want to say stroke victim. How would I put it?
You're in an area now. Well, you have to say, well, if you have a heat stroke, it's a stroke victim. But you can also have the one before the heat stroke.
Always check out for the signs for heat stroke as well. Keep
hydrated
and drink plenty of liquids, especially water. Too, if you can, just get an orange or a tangerine. Throw it in the fridge and have that as a cool snack as well. Yeah, vitamin C is definitely a big help there too. Yeah. And so for you, Richard, with the heat, so it's basically a lot of water, a lot of cold fruit, and just keeping hydrated and keeping cool.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Good. You're trying to stay away from having any medical problems. And to keep from it. But I'm coming back.
Yes, that's great too.
I'm working my way back, and I have some good medical people working with me, and they're doing a good job and helping me every day.
Yes, that's great. So you have a great support system at home, Richard. Yes, that's great.
I have a great support system.
Yeah, so your caregiver at home is obviously doing a great job with you, Richard, because we have gotten you back in, thank God. If you come back in, I'm like, oh, what happened now? Yeah. So Richard, we want to keep you home and going about as much as you can. So is there anything else that you're going to be doing for VetNet recently? Is there going to be any bingos, any meetings?
I'm coming up in September. Now listen, coming up in September, we're going to have a prayer chant at the stand down, the veterans stand down in September 25th or 26th.
25th through 26th. And where will this be held at, Richard?
8900 American Legions, 8,900 the post
So
on Ashton and wait a minute, out on Ashton and Blythe. Yeah.
Ashland Blackstone, the 80,
No, Ashton and Blythe.
Ashland and Blythe, the 8,900 posts.
8,900 posts.
Yes, on Ashland and Blythe on September 25th
25th
and
26th.
26th.
Yeah.
So what would we expect to see as a civilian going to witness? What would we see?
You wouldn't expect to see about 500 to 1,000 veterans there.
Oh wow.
Getting haircuts, getting medical treatment, getting checkups and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's
then they also you have to turn in your paperwork to go to court.
Oh, so they will help you with legal work as well for the
Right,
veterans. If
right.
you're a veteran, you have any type of legal problem, there'll be
Right.
a team of legal advisors there to help you with your
Thank you,
paperwork. So
thank
that is great. That is real great. And you know what, too, that will save them a lot of time from, going from place to place to see where they can go. Everything is right there. It's a one-stop
Right,
shop. So September 25th and 26th, if you're a veteran out there and you're looking to just get a health checkup or legal advice, will there be any type of advocacy for helping with, like, paying bills and everything as well? Or
When we will have those people will be on board.
yes, and there will be someone there to help with, assist with, helping with any type of bills you may have. It's maybe electric,
Yeah.
water, we'll just check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I
great.
won't mind checking it out.
And then what I can imagine too, besides all, the veterans going there for, services is like,
Right.
being a community, coming together, swapping stories, and everything, and just having a good time. Will there be any type of musical entertainment there, or is it just going to be just
we
that type
will.
of service?
We will have musical entertainment
Mhm.
throughout the course of the day.
Uh-huh.
And you will be getting served 3 meals a day.
So there'll be 3 meals served, breakfast,
Yeah.
lunch, and dinner. That sounds great, man.
Yeah.
You know what, sometimes,
And if we have a thing that you can stay overnight,
Uh-huh.
if you sign in for that,
Uh-huh.
or you come every day and be there.
Okay, so there is an option for them to stay overnight to receive services in the morning. That is great.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to hear and to know that we have all these great services for our American servicemen and women out there. Take advantage of them, take what you can, and it's there for you for a reason. So again,
That's right.
is that right?
That's right.
So do we say Semper Fi or Hoo-yah?
Simplify.
Semper Fi. Semper Fi. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's it. And so we're going to take a station break right now. We're going to commercial. We'll be back in a minute.
Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our truly international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world about their book, about their process, where they even come up with their ideas. So we talk to publishers, editors, paginators. If you write a book, you got to get a paginator to make it line up right on all the pages. There's all these things that go into creating books. We like to talk to authors, and we also like to talk to people who are in the process of going through this muck, trying to figure it all out. It's one thing to write a book, but to get it written, get it published, get it out there and promoted, there's so many steps. So we like to have a lot of authors on who tell us just that. How did you do it? And also we talk to people who help get authors published. There's so many steps that many aspiring authors don't know about yet, but you're going to find out as you go through this. But there's people who can help you get through the steps of getting your book published. And by the way, we've been doing this since 2008, and our YouTube just passed 1 million views, so we're very excited about that.
I just want to say that Briggs on Books, I just think it's terrific.
Thank you.
All of us who write are looking for the lifelines that can connect us to readers. We ourselves can do a certain amount, but we're busy at the keyboard trying to write the books. And so Briggs on Books, you're lively. The authors you have on are so interesting, fiction, nonfiction, sometimes politics. And I would just say, keep this going, mister.
Thank you. I'm having so much fun doing it. So. Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our truly international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world about their book, about their process, where they even come up with their ideas. So we talk to publishers, editors, paginators. If you write a book, you got to get a paginator to make it line up right on all the pages. There's all these things that go into creating books. We like to talk to authors, and we also like to talk to people who are in the process of going through this muck, trying to figure it all out. It's one thing to write a book, but to get it written, get it published, get it out there and promoted, there's so many steps. So we like to have a lot of authors on who tell us just that. How did you do it? And also we talk to people who help get authors published. There's so many steps that many aspiring authors don't know about yet, but you're going to find out as you go through this. But there's people who can help you get through the steps of getting your book published. And by the way, we've been doing this since 2008, and our YouTube just passed 1 million views, so we're very excited about that.
I just want to say that Briggs on Books, I just think it's terrific.
Thank you.
All of us who write are looking for the lifelines that can connect us to readers. We ourselves can do a certain amount, but we're busy at the keyboard trying to write the books. And so Briggs on Books, you're lively. The authors you have on are so interesting, fiction, nonfiction, sometimes politics. And I would just say, keep this going, mister.
Thank you. I'm having so much fun doing it. So. Welcome.
And welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Monique Behar again, and right next to me is my host, Mr. Richard Graham. So we were just in our little break. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. We were on our break right now, just talking about politics again and how everything's going. And you know what? I really need to get back into watching a little more CNN. Little fun tip was when my Uncle John Rocho was alive, he was serviced in Vietnam for the Air Force, and he's been gone for about a year. He passed away on Valentine's Day. But when we were taking care of him, he would always watch CNN, and I would be caught up with the latest in politics and everything. So I think I need to watch a little more CNN, see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah, it's all great and all good. So besides too, I was just thinking about, on keeping cool is like, if you guys want to go to Manchester Regal Theater on Blackstone and Shields, I believe, they have some great movie deals going on.
Right.
Yeah, some great movie deals. My friend Tasha, she just recently saw The Never Ending Story and another movie and the new Twister. So she said there was some great prices, and she stood cool basically all day enjoying some movies.
Yeah.
Don't forget our local movie theaters, and also check out our local areas like Playland and the Chaffee Zoo. And you know what? And do not forget, always important, support our local libraries. Go check out a book. Go, there's a lot of things you can get from the library now. You can actually, with your library card, go and check out a pass to our national parks and aquariums. I did not know that until recently. Yeah. So there's so many advantages to our local libraries as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So thanks about. Let me switch channel for a minute. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Kamala Harris as Vice President. Okay, so Joe Biden is pulling his name from being a president. So, but he's gonna give his speech Thursday night. Y'all watch Thursday night. He's gonna give his speech there to the nation Thursday night. And Joe Biden, he got out of the race. Let Pamela take over and help her along and guide her to the end of it, till everything happens.
So again, I'm not too up on our politics, and I should be. I just like to sit back and watch to see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. So see where the bricks may fall, bricks may lay. How does that saying go? Yeah, and then too, let's talk about politics too. What country singers, Richard, have influenced our national politics through the years? Like, can you give me some like stories on like maybe what country singers were in politicians as well, or into the politics, like
Yeah.
through religion? Who
Yeah,
can you
like
give-
Johnny Cash,
Johnny Cash. Johnny
Waylon
Cash.
Jennings, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
You had, let me think of his name. I can't think of it. I can think of himself. I'm proud to be American.
Oh yes.
Lee Greenwood, yeah.
Yeah, that is a great song. After 9/11, that song really, really hit. Sixth grade, my history teacher, Mr. Kelly, I think it was Mr. Mark Kelly, he taught at Webster Elementary in Madera Ranchos. Before we started class, we watched 2 music videos. I know one was of Billy Ray Cyrus, and I can't remember the other. I think it might have been Toby Keith.
Okay.
It might have been, though there are 2 patriotic songs. I wish I could remember the name of the songs. I'm probably going to have to go through YouTube and look at the videos, because every day we watched those 2 songs, and then we also said our Pledge of Allegiance to always swear of allegiance to our beautiful country, as we are proud to be Americans. Those songs did resonate to me a little bit harder after 9/11. Because mind you, around 9/11 came around, I was only 17 years old.
Johnny Cash was in the Air Force.
In the Air Force? I did not know that. Is there any other country singers that served our country?
Johnny Cash was in the Air Force.
The only famous person I can think of is Elvis Presley. He was in the Army.
He was in the Army.
Yes, but I don't think he was considered country. More
But
rock and roll.
that was. He's from Oklahoma. I can't think of his name right now, but he's from Oklahoma.
I'm just gonna throw out around the name Conway Twitty.
No, Conway was
person.
in. Conway was in the service too.
Oh, he was. Okay, that was a good guess. Good guess.
What happened? A lot of people they don't want they hate to talk about it, depending on where they was stationed or what they was doing while I was in. But a lot of the guys was in the service at that time.
Yeah. So there's a lot of country singers in that time.
Yeah, and then you go farther back to when John Wayne was coming down the pike. A lot of the actors was in the service too, in World War II and all that. And I remember several with not Johnny Carson. What's his name? Eddie McMahon.
Okay, I do not know who he is. I'm
Eddie
sorry.
McMahon.
Yeah,
He
so
was an announcer.
educate me, Mr. Graham. Who's A. McMahon?
He was an announcer for Johnny Carson.
NASA?
Announcer.
Announcer. Wow, announcer. So what songs did he sing? Because I know a lot of Johnny Cash songs.
Yeah, but Ed didn't sing no song.
He didn't sing no songs?
He was a combat pilot.
Oh, a combat
and
pilot.
He retired as a colonel in the Army Air Corps, what they call it at the time. And by the way, in 1952, they changed over. They split. Army went one side, Air Force went the other side. And that's how they came up. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But I think that's how it went in 1952. If my memory serves me correctly.
Okay, good. Well, we can't fact check right now, but I'll take your word for it, and I believe you, Mr. Brown. Yeah.
And you take Kojak, the guy who played Kojak on TV, Telly Savalas, he was in the Army too.
Oh, okay.
Along with Roddy Yates, Clint Eastwood. He was in the Army. He was in the service too, along with Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek, First Officer Mr. Spark. He was in the service too.
Oh, okay. Do you know what branch he was in?
He was in the Army.
In the Army as well. Okay.
Yeah. He served in somewhere around 1950, I think. Yeah. And we had the guy that gambled all the time.
Kenny Rogers?
No.
You said gamble, so I was like gambler. Sorry.
No. Maverick.
Maverick.
Yeah, the one that played Maverick. He was in the service too.
I have no idea who that is. The only
Yeah.
person I can think of Maverick is Tom Cruise.
No,
Not Tom Cruise. He was never in service. No, okay. So I'm thinking of like movies from the late
Right.
80s. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He was in the service too. He was in the Korean War, and he got shot in the rear.
Mm.
And then we have so many actors and actors that was in the military that we forget about, but they was in,
Mm-hmm.
and that surprised you.
Oh
It was,
yeah. What really surprised me was I learned that B. Arthur, she was character Dorothy on the Golden Girls. She actually
Right.
served in the army too. I believe it was World War II.
That's
I did
right.
not know that. That was very interesting. I was like, wow, was one hardcore lady then.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have one, we call it a TV show, Major Dad. The guy who played Major Dad, he was in the Marines. I think he was in the Marines. He said that was 1960, I believe in 1960 when he was in.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been 1950, but I'm not sure. But anyway, he played a TV show, Major Dad, and before then, he played a private investigator. And then you have Mike Connors, who played Mannix. He from Fresno.
Okay.
He's up over at the Riverside. And Mama and Daddy own a great place.
Yeah.
They raise grapes up in that area where River Park is.
Okay. So that's no longer there.
No, it's been long ago.
No longer there. You know, River Park.
But
yeah.
they talk about it. They mentioned it a lot of time on the Mike Connors show, Mannix. So that they mentioned Perry Mason. They talk about Fresno too.
Okay.
Perry Mason. Perry Mason. The guy who played Perry Mason, Raymond Burr,
Oh.
is from this area too. Along with him, and then Garrett, my Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West show
Okay.
with Robin Conrad and Ross Martin on the Wild Wild West. Robin Conrad was raised up in this area too. He was up here too, they told me. So we have a lot of people who we don't, we have forgotten, but they went on to be big name in Hollywood and stuff. They from this area.
I'm so sorry, Miss Richard. I'm actually looking up famous veterans from Fresno, California right now. So please excuse me for putting my head down real quick.
That's all right.
Yeah. So let's see. Famous veterans from Fresno. Yeah. So we have a lot of them. And you know what? Too, a great place to go to check out our veterans is actually the Veterans Museum off of Fresno and R Street. Yeah, I've been there. So it's a great place to go and visit. A lot of history, from every decades of wars, and you know what too. And also, there's a great little donation bin right towards the end. Donate to our veterans. And what I thought was a really amazing is that our local veterans are there volunteering. And if they have any questions, they're great tour guides. And towards the end, before my son Bobby was interested in joining the Marines, and we'd take him to go check out the Veterans Museum, he had a great conversation with some of the veterans that were there, and they gave him some great stories, and they actually did great history lessons for us. And then too, it's just with me, what resonates with me is a lot of World War II in Vietnam, and then with
Right.
the displays of World War II were just amazing. They have everything from the Japanese to the Nazis to Americans, and also too in Vietnam, that was a great one too. World War One, I was just surprised to see how the evolution of our military has gone from simple to basic to to advance and technology and everything. Yeah, yeah. So, Richard, when you were in the service, it was Vietnam, correct?
Yeah.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I came in at the end of Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing evacuation.
Mm-hmm.
My first assignment was to bring some officers out of the POW camp.
So can you give us a little, tell me about that, being able to get the
Yeah.
officers out of the POW camp. Like,
Yeah.
how could you give us a point of view of that? Because that's something that we're grateful
First
that
of
you're
all,
able to do.
First, when you go in to get people out of the POW camp, you have to have all your stuff set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, while you're doing that, you have to have a big old diversion, what we call a diversion. And so everybody is going the other way while you're going in. And so you set up, you call for a diversion. What's happening, so you get the people out that you need to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And you only got so much amount of time, like you only got about an hour or so if it's a heavy camp. And then you gotta get out and get back across the water too. Get them to a boat, get them to whatever's waiting for them.
So how many servicemen did you help save that you can estimate on? I'm not sure if that's like top secret information or anything, but you saved quite a few men.
I'd say quite a few.
That's good. That's good. And I know
The main thing.
that's a great thing. You're able to bring your brothers home to their families and back to the States. Great thing.
I'm happy because the people of it, I trained in Stockton, California, up at Ruffin Reedy Island. Now, some of you probably know where Ruffin Reedy Island is, but since then, that was way back when, and since then, they have changed the name of the island and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. So from all this, developed you into advocacy for your fellow veterans, and this is how VetNet came about, right? Yeah. So how long has VetNet been around for, Richard?
We've been around for 15 years.
15 years. So, wow, that is a long time. And where did you start off on VetNet? That's what I like to know. How did it start? Just from your home, deciding to go advocate? How did that
We
get?
started at downtown at the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of it. I can't think of it first name.
So it's a building downtown. Like, where was the old brewery building?
Yeah, it's right here on the Van Ness and right next to Martin Final.
Okay. So it was right around there when it first started out.
Right.
Yeah, so from there you branched out, you got a lot of connections, you're making some moves, and this is how VetNet is here today to offer classes to online veterans. And, it's like a lot of veterans have taken advantage of it. Could you give us an estimated amount? Like, how many have you helped during these years that you can think of? How many veterans have taken advantage of the program?
We have over several hundred veterans along the way.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of help that these veterans needed.
And we love what we do. We have Pets for Vet, and we do that deal. We have veterans by giving them information. We are building on a current office in Education Center. We currently on the website of the Education Center. When you want to read them about VetNet, you go to the website and you put in VETNET.
So it's vet.net.com, right?
No,
Vet-
vet dash.
Dash.
Yeah.
Okay,
Net.
vet-net. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So
That one might be in it.
yeah, everyone needs to check it out. Especially, again, like look out for September 25th and 26th.
Amen.
A lot of outreach programs for our fellow veterans that could use the help. So, there's going to be legal advice. There's going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There'll be musical entertainment. There'll be, check us with the doctors and everything. And also, too, you can stay the night if you need to. And from what Richard told me during break, they'll also be offering showers for all those who need showers. The mobile shower unit, is that what it would be? That's correct. Yeah, so haircuts as well. So everyone take advantage of that for our local veterans. And if you do know a local veteran that could benefit from this program, please let them know about it. So we want to get out there and reach out to every veteran we can. Yes.
We will be there for that.
Yes, it's our way to say thank you to our vets for the service that they did.
And let me send a shout out to my baby sister, Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Big shout out to Miss Bobby. I believe I met Bobby, correct? Yes, I met her. Lovely woman. Where was she going back to? I forgot. Tennessee? Tennessee, yes. Miss Bobby. Your sister, I said she was beautiful. She reminded me of a beauty queen. I was like, oh, Richard, your sister's so pretty. And she was so nice and just so... Yeah, Bobby, you're awesome. I look forward to meeting you again. So, your brother's doing great. He's in great hands. We managed to get him up and about, and now he's back home. So, Bobby, so that's wonderful. So, and also, too, I want to say shout out to my husband and my kids and my family and, my cousin Nacio and everyone. So,
I got to send a shout out to my band members. Just passing through. That Daniel Campbell, let me see. Daniel Campbell, Jeremy James, I got him all in. I can't. Daniel Campbell, Jeremy James, Rick now, Rick passed on. Kid Youngblood, and oh man, I'm drawing a blank. And we got just passed through Gospel Group, and that's my band member.
Yeah, well, great shout out to everybody.
Shout out to those people in Smithville, Tennessee. So every year, Smithville, Tennessee, we have a jamboree in Smithville, Tennessee.
Well, Richard, if you're going, I do hope you invite me with you. I'd love to go along. Get me a ticket, and I'll be right there with you.
They let me be on the stage there with 150,000 people in attendance. I did it for 4 years.
4 years, 150,000 people. I would be very nervous. I think I'd freeze up. I'd be like, hi.
They was,
so you are a true entertainer. You're setting that music out there. As they say, music kills even the savage, soothes these savage beasts.
I was sponsored by the local the local radio station. I can't say the name of it right now, but the local radio station in Smithville sponsored me to be there, and I went and did the show, and they loved it.
Great.
We had 150,000 people in attendance then, and we were right around. We were in the front of the courthouse. Where we sit up was in the front of the courthouse in Smithville, Tennessee. It's grown now, but that was back years ago.
Oh, that was some time. But still great memories. And is that festival still going on till this day?
Still going on.
Yeah, good. So
you can pull up on the internet, on your telephone. You say Smithville Jamboree, and that's all you do. And it will come right up. But we have several others down there that we do. We do Smithville, and then we have one down in Manchester, Tennessee, that we do. We have the Nashville Country Music Fest that we do.
Oh, great. Nashville Country Music.
Yeah. And then we did Lebanon. We did the Lebanon Jamboree in Lebanon, Tennessee. We did a bunch of them right there.
So what festivals that are similar to those here in the Central Valley have you seen? Not too many? We need to bring a festival like that here to Central Valley, to Fresno one day, get that started, maybe some great veteran bands?
Yeah, because we had well, we had a rodeo in the rodeo over in Clovis,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
that's down what was similar to them.
Mhm.
But I think the last one was down here in Baisea.
Okay. Okay.
That
so,
was
yeah.
that was 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Now, Baisea used to do a jamboree.
Okay.
Down there.
I think we need to bring one to Fresno. See how
Yeah,
that goes.
yeah,
That'd
we
be
do.
great. We can always have it at Woodward Park, or somewhere nice. Somewhere
Right.
we can go and get it done.
Right.
Maybe a little festival like by the Veterans Museum.
Right, right.
Like do
yeah.
a little music in the park.
You can get the bar.
Yes.
Well, the one in Rhodium Park, the one in Rhodium Park is good.
Mhm. Mhm.
Excuse me. The one in Rhodium Park, that's real nice. They do a good job.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
in Rhodium Park.
I have a lot of fun memories from Roding Park. My grandparents actually lived down the street in the Roding Park neighborhood area off of Downo. So, I always had great memories of the zoo, great memories of Playland, great memories of, just, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they used to do fishing at Roding Park.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but the zoo has expanded, and Roding Park still looks great. I just love how the zoo has expanded. And, I think they do concerts there as well.
Right,
Richard, I think you need to make some connections. Maybe we can get a little jamboree going on at the Chaffee Zoo.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be great.
I'm praying about it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll pray about it and see if God can work His will.
Okay.
So we have about 5 minutes, honestly about 4 minutes left to the show. So what would you like to close out with, Richard?
We're just going to go that way. We thank everybody and ask you to stay cool in this hot weather we have, and take care of yourself. Look after your household and stuff. Keep the brush about 100 yards away from your house if you live up in the mountains. Keep the brush cleared back about 100 yards.
And remember to also check on your neighbors, especially our senior
Right.
citizens one at this time. And if it is too hot, just stay inside. And wait till the sun goes down to run your errands, or possibly do them in the morning before the temperature gets too high. Remember,
Man,
every life is precious, and we want to make sure that we get to see, make it through this unbearable summer. Like I said, I've been in Fresno all my life, and I am still not getting used to this heat.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, hey, before we go,
Uh-huh.
I gotta say, hey, Jimmy Kimball, I see you. Give me a call when you get back in. When you get back to LA, call me, Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy, give him a call.
Yeah, I want to be on the Jimmy Kimball show.
Now, Mr. Graham,
I've been waiting, but I got sick before I could call you down in Hollywood. But I get to you. I find you got a good stage in the back of the building. I like it. So I can come check out your stage, Jimmy. All right.
Okay, everyone, have a great day. Stay cool. Remember, check on your neighbors. Again, my name is Monique Behar, and to my left is our esteemed host of the show, Mr. Richard Graham. And again, we're going to give a big old salute to our military servicemen and women who are active and on retirement. Thank you for your service, and we look forward to meeting you guys all. The 8900 Legion off of Ashland and Blythe on September 25th and 26th. Go out there and get those services. They're all for free, so we look forward to seeing you guys out there. Have a wonderful day and stay safe from the heat.
Then we'll see you later.